Have you ever felt like the universe has a personal vendetta against you? Like you are constantly climbing a mountain, only for the ground to shatter beneath your feet over and over again? Continuous failures, sudden betrayal by the people you loved most, financial collapses that leave you paralyzed at 3 a.m., a profound, aching loneliness that seems impossible to shake off. When you look around, others seem to navigate life so effortlessly, but for you, every single step feels like a battle. But let me ask you a dangerous question. What if this intense suffering isn't a curse? What if it's a selection process? The great mystic Paramahansa Yogananda once revealed the profound cosmic truth. The universe does not test the ordinary, it tests the chosen ones. God does not break souls out of cruelty. He shatters the lucky ones because their destiny demands a complete evolution of who they are. If your life feels like an endless storm right now, watch this video until the very end. The cosmos might be breaking you down just to rebuild you into something magnificent. Before we unlock these 6 painful signs of cosmic selection, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, and write down in the comments below, "I trust the cosmic plan." Let your declaration anchor your energy today. Sign 1. The curse of constant failure. Let's begin with the first and most exhausting trial, the curse of constant failure. You study, you plan, you sweat, and you give 100% of your soul to a project, a career, or a dream. And just when the finish line is in sight, it vanishes. You are forced back to absolute zero. To the untrained eye, this looks like bad luck. Your friends might call it a failure. But in the realm of deep spirituality, this is not failure. It is the refining fire of the soul. Paramahansa Yogananda taught that when the divine wants to lift a soul out of a mundane, comfortable existence, he introduces failure. Why? Because unbroken success feeds the most dangerous human illusion, the ego. When everything goes right, you begin to believe you are the master of the wind. You become rigid, arrogant, and spiritually blind. But when failure breaks your plans, it shatters the ego. It forces you to look inward. And that exact moment of brokenness is where true spiritual power is born. Think about it. A tree that grows in a sheltered greenhouse will collapse during its first real storm. Its roots never had to fight. But a tree on a mountain peak, battered by continuous gales, develops roots that wrap deeply around solid rock. Your current failures are not telling you that you are unworthy. They are building the psychological and spiritual muscle required for a destiny so massive it would crush you if you received it today. The universe is simply asking, can you lose everything and still look up? Sign 2. The pain of being rejected by loved ones. The second sign is perhaps the deepest wound a human being can carry. The pain of betrayal and rejection by those you loved most. Physical pain heals, but when your own family, your closest friends, or your partner turns away from you, when they mock your dreams, invalidate your emotions, or leave you when you are bleeding financially, the soul itself feels fractured. You ask yourself, what did I do wrong? I gave them loyalty. I gave them love. Why was I thrown away? Here is the cosmic truth that will set you free. Sometimes, rejection is the universe's ultimate form of protection. When you are chosen for a higher vibration, you cannot remain anchored to lower frequencies. Often, we are too loyal to people who are toxic to our destiny. We hold on to them out of fear, out of habit, or out of desperate love. Because you refuse to let them go, the universe steps in and forces the separation. Yogananda beautifully noted that if the whole world rejects you, the divine embraces you closer. But to feel that divine embrace, you must first experience the fragility of human attachments. People do not always reject you because you are wrong. They reject you because they do not have the capacity to understand your light. A blind man cannot value a beautiful painting. Stop asking blind people to validate your color. Every betrayal is an invitation to find your ultimate validation within your own divine consciousness. They walked away so that you could finally walk toward yourself. Sign 3. The crucible of financial struggle. Sign number 3 is a brutal reality check. The crucible of financial struggle. Let's be honest. Money is energy. We need it for food, shelter, comfort, and freedom. But what happens when no matter how hard you work, the bank account stays empty? When bills pile up, resources dry out, and you are forced to live in a state of survival. This struggle attacks your self-esteem. You see others posting their luxuries online, and you begin to feel less than human. But look at history. Almost every great spiritual teacher, innovator, and revolutionary leader went through a period of absolute financial drought. Why does the universe put its chosen souls through this specific hell? Because scarcity teaches you the true value of existence. When everything is handed to you easily, you become a consumer of life, not a master of it. Financial struggle strips away the superficial. It teaches you resilience, humility, and resourcefulness. It forces you to realize that your ultimate security does not belong to a bank ledger. It belongs to your inner power and your trust in cosmic flow. A sculptor strikes the stone not to destroy it, but to release the masterpiece trapped inside. This financial winter is temporary. The universe is teaching you how to manage energy, how to appreciate the micro blessings of life, and how to stay grounded. When the wheel of fortune turns, and it will, you will not be destroyed by wealth because you will have mastered the art of surviving without it. Sign 4. The void of deep loneliness. The fourth sign is a quiet one, the void of deep loneliness. You could be in a room full of people, laughing and talking, yet feel entirely detached. It's an existential loneliness, a feeling that you are a stranger in a foreign land. The hobbies that used to excite you feel empty. The gossip your peers enjoy bores you. You feel isolated. But look closer at this isolation. It is not a punishment. It is an evolutionary solitude. Paramahansa Yogananda explained that the universe deliberately isolates a soul when it wants that soul to listen. In the noise of the crowd, you hear everyone else's opinions, fears, and expectations. You cannot hear the whisper of your own spirit. When the crowd leaves, the silence sets in. And yes, silence is terrifying at first because it forces you to face your deepest anxieties and unhealed traumas. But once you sit with that silence, a profound transformation occurs. You stop running away from yourself. You learn to become your own sanctuary. As Yogananda said, when you find the divine in your loneliness, you realize you were never, ever alone. You are being separated from the crowd because your path doesn't belong to the crowd. Outcasts are always prepared in solitude before they are revealed to the world. Sign 5. The pain of being misunderstood. The fifth sign is incredibly frustrating, the pain of being misunderstood. This happens when your purest intentions are twisted into selfishness. Your silence is called weakness. Your boundaries are called arrogance. Your efforts to help are labeled as manipulation. You find yourself constantly trying to explain your heart, only to meet blank stares or judgment. Why does the universe allow your reputation or your character to be misunderstood? To grant you the ultimate spiritual gift, total freedom from the opinions of others. As long as your happiness depends on people agreeing with you, praising you, or understanding you, you are a slave. The moment you accept that some people are simply committed to misunderstanding you, a massive weight lifts off your shoulders. The sun does not stop rising just because some people choose to sleep through its light. A flower doesn't demand an explanation from the person who passes by without smelling it. It simply blooms because it is its nature to bloom. Your soul is being taught to operate from a place of absolute inner truth. If the universe knows your heart is clean, the chatter of the world becomes nothing more than background noise.
Sign 6. The chaos of sudden collapse.
The final and most terrifying sign is the chaos of sudden collapse. This is when life doesn't just change, it implodes. A long-term career suddenly ends. A home is lost. A life path you walked for a decade completely shatters overnight. You feel like you are standing in the ruins of your own existence. But hear this carefully. Every collapse is a clearing. A seed cannot become a massive oak tree unless its outer shell completely cracks open and destroys itself. To the seed, it feels like death. To the universe, it is the birth of life. When a structure in your life collapses, it is because that structure was built on a foundation that could no longer support your next evolutionary leap. The universe loves you too much to let you stay comfortable in a life that is too small for your soul. Your divine metamorphosis. If you recognized your life in these 6 signs, if you are exhausted, broken, misunderstood, lonely, and struggling, take a deep breath. You are not cursed. You are in the middle of a divine metamorphosis. The tears you are crying today are washing away the illusions of who you thought you were, making room for who you are born to be. Trust the process. Keep your faith alive, stay resilient, and remember that the darkest part of the night always comes right before the dawn. Thank you for walking this deep path with us today. If this message resonated with your soul, give this video a like, share it with someone who is struggling right now, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, keep looking up, keep grounding your roots, and remember, you are never broken. You are just being forged.